Do you have your 5 picks for this week?
Yeah,
Chris?
I'm just picking safe. I'm just going to run out the clock on Ben now. Okay, so my 5 picks, and I'll go real quick. St. Louis, I think that looking at the line, I think they're still disrespected. I don't think they're that bad. I think they're just as good as Dallas. The Giants, I thought they played like an NFL team. They kind of shot themselves in the foot.
What is the line there, bud?
I think it was like 1. They're only getting 1 at home. They're only getting 1 at home.
The Giants are getting 2.5 at home.
They're getting points at home. I just feel like the Texans, I think the Texans defense is good, but the Giants played like a real team last week. I think that'll continue. My best bet, the one I want to talk about, is the Saints. Okay, I faded them last week. I'm taking them this week. You fade them on the road, you take them at home. Minnesota, maybe Adrian Peterson plays. I don't know. By the time the weekend comes around, with people boycotting, sponsors boycotting, the governor saying, this is bad. If we want to go into that, I'm not a person who thinks you should beat a 4-year-old no matter, if they're acting. I don't know how bad can they act up if you're 4, but that's really irrelevant.
As Keith Olbermann said a zillion times, the kid had defensive wounds on his hand.
Yeah.
Scary. He's trying to protect himself from his father.
If that video ever came out, the NFL would just shut down. Okay, the Ray Rice video comes out, and it's like, oh, what we knew happened actually happened. Well, if this video ever came out, it'd be even worse. But anyway,
but for the terms of beating the book.
Exactly. A little off topic. New Orleans, they're laying 9.5. It's a big line, but at home they'll win by 21. I mean, they just destroy teams at home. The Vikings defense is not good enough to hold up. New Orleans is my best
When do you
bet.
think people are going to start buying into your New Orleans isn't that great on the road? How many games do they have to lose on the road?
Well, the problem is that what's going to happen is if they win by 30 at home, they're going to be like, okay, the team just had a little glitch early on. Now this is a really good team, and they're going to do it again.
Sure.
This has happened for 3 years. Last 2 picks, KC, a little bit sketchy on this one in Miami. Miami in September can be very hot and humid, but I think they're getting too many points. And then Carolina, if it's really just 3, how could Pittsburgh and Carolina be equal teams, man? How is that possible?
Yeah, we share 3 picks.
Okay.
That's the unfortunate thing.
You're never going to make them ground doing it that way.
I'm not worried yet. Let's start with the games that we share.
Okay.
I like the Giants. I just don't think they're going to go 0-3, and they did play more like an NFL team. They met the standard of standard of participating in an NFL game. And I don't think Houston, who just lost 14 straight games, is worthy of being a 2.5-point favorite on the road against anyone unless that team has major meltdown problems and a quarterback who's like throwing with his offhand. That's not the case with Eli Manning. So I like the Giants. I actually like the Giants a lot, which is strange. I like Carolina too. Same thing. Pittsburgh and Carolina. These teams do not seem evenly matched. My site has it already at 3.5, so I would say if you can get that game at 3,
lock it in.
Move along, lock it in. The other game that we share is the easiest call of the week, and I think that's New Orleans at 9.5. They are different. Minnesota's a bad team. Matt Castle it's only a matter of time, I think, before we see Teddy Bridgewater there. The Vikings are who we thought they were, and Matt Castle is who we think he was.
How long till Teddy Bridgewater?
Soon.
Yeah.
Week 5, week 6, something like that.
I got 30 minutes.
Oh, maybe, yeah. So I think that change will get made, and he'll struggle early, and then hopefully he'll turn into a quarterback. So I like the Vikings. The 2 that we don't share are the 2 toughest ones that I had to make, and that would be a very tough call. But I think Indy's good, and I think Jacksonville is potentially, at least at this point, they'll get better. But they're terrible. They've been outscored 75-10 in the last 6 quarters. So I think Indy will blitz them. I don't think Indy has a problem playing outdoors in Jacksonville in September. So I think that's an easy win for Indy, and I like that game.
So you guys aren't touching the Seattle-Denver game?
And then finally, I'm not. And the toughest one, and if I were, I'd touch Seattle just because I think they should be a touchdown favorite over everybody at home. Yeah. And Cleveland at home getting 2 against Baltimore, on the theory that I think those teams are all pretty evenly matched up in that division, and every time you're going to give me a home favorite of under 3 points in that division, I'm going to tape them. Same reason that I took Baltimore last Thursday against Pittsburgh. I would take Cleveland against Baltimore in Cleveland.
All right. Good luck.
Thank you.
You're welcome.